Now that we are done with the first part of our code, let's move on and create a method so that we can connect to Wi-Fi networks easily. Let's name it void, let's name it setup Wi-Fi. Now, inside this method, let's add a delay of 20 milliseconds and serial.print new line. Let's print something to tell the user that we are connecting to Wi-Fi on the serial monitor. Okay, now let's write the name of the Wi-Fi. Write SSID. After that, Wi-Fi dot begin to start connecting to this Wi-Fi, SSID and password. So it will take the Wi-Fi SSID and password and will try to connect. Now we can add a while statement. If Wi-Fi dot status is not connected, then we need it to delay and try again. And while it's trying to connect, we need it to print dot. Okay, now after this, after the while, that will keep trying connecting to the Wi-Fi network. We need to add, once it's connected, it will keep rolling this until it's connected. Now once it's connected, we need to write serial dot print new line. Now Wi-Fi is connected, and we can even print the IP address. And to print it, we need to call a function called Wi-Fi dot local IP, and this will return the IP address to which our ESP32 board is connected, and will print it out on the serial monitor. Now let's verify the code to make sure that everything is working just fine. Okay, that's it. Now this is the first function. Now the second function is to reconnect. Now write void reconnect. Now we will loop until we are reconnected, so we will add a while statement, and this is basically a function to make sure that we are connected to the MQTT server. So while client dot connected is not true, we need to try to reconnect. So let's write serial dot print attempting to reconnect MQTT connection. Okay, Now the next line will be client dot publish. Inside it we will write out topic, and let's write hello world. Now let's create a random client ID, string client ID. Let's call it ESP32 client, and here we can add anything. After that we can add client ID plus equal string, and inside the string we can add a random function 0x and 4fs. Now we can make sure that hexa is the type, and this will make sure that each time we have a new client ID that is unique, because we are getting a random value and we are adding it to the previous value. So we can remove this number, and each time it will be, the client ID will be this plus the string that comes out from this line. Now let's attempt to connect. Write if statement, then else. Let's start with the if statement. Now inside the if statement we need to ask if client did connect function, which usually takes the client ID, which is this one, dot. Now we are going to use a function called cString, which basically converts the contents of a string as a C style, which is the one that we need for this if statement. And to use it we just need to write C underscore str. Then we can add MQTT user, which is basically the username for the server, and MQTT password. Okay, password. Now as you can see, it takes, the connect function takes three things: the client ID, the user, and the password. After that, if the if statement is true, we can print the word connected in the serial monitor. So print a new line. Okay, now once connected we can publish an announcement by writing client.publish. Inside it we can write IC presence and ESP32. Now the announcement will be hello world. Now otherwise, if this condition didn't hit, we need to go to the else statement, and inside it we need to write failed and we can also add another line that says rc equal and leave a space, and we will print out the client state. So serial dot print client dot state now. Let's make sure that we have everything correct. The client dot state function. Okay, now try again in 5 seconds. And we can add a delay of 5 or 6 seconds to give it time to try again. Okay, that's it. This is the reconnect function for the MQTT server. Now we can edit this code at the end, but for now this is everything that we need. First, we need to make sure that the client is not connected. If it's not connected, we need to write that we are attempting to connect, and we need to set a client ID. Now, if we have sent the client ID, MQTT user name and password, it will connect. If there is any problem, if there is no internet connection or any other problem, it will print failed, and it will print the state of this client, and will print that you should try again in a few seconds. And we'll add a delay to make sure that you are trying after a good amount of time. Now, if we did verify our code, we will get an error that client ID is not defined because we have the C small. So let's make it capital. Okay, done compiling, everything is correct. In the next lesson, we are going to start the setup and loop function coding, but that's it for now. If you have any question, please ask in the Q&A board. This is Ashraf from Educational Engineering Team.